Hello. So today I'm gonna talk about the study. The study name is Malware Disruption. So I'm gonna talk about each and everything about it, like the ethical references and ethical thing that what should we do when we are getting any malware disruption, and what the thing that we are not supposed to do. So we are gonna basically talk about these things. Firstly, let's talk about the introduction. So, my name is Ayush Agarwal. Today I am talking about the company. The company called Raw Service. So, it is all about Raw Service. I basically chose this topic. Like we are gonna like I'm gonna discuss about whether or not it is good to in like introduce a special computer program that is called worm in order to remove the malware description that we are getting. So we will be discussing, like, is it an ethical way or not, like should we remove the malware or not, because if we are not removing it, then our customer right now are getting impacted. And when if we will remove this malware disruption, then our organization or our company that are basically using our services might get disturbed. So we are gonna discuss about this thing. Let's talk about why I chose this topic only, as compared to all the topic that I have been provided. So I chose this topic because malware right now is very important for any computer or any data. If we as a user, or if we as an organization get malware in our computer, so uh, it can destroy your computer, and it can destroy your data as well. And for this, as a cyber security term, it is very important to understand about the malware. And as a cyber security analytics or cyber security person, you should be aware about the malware and what cause can malware cause to the organization, to the government, to the users that that the service are being used by. So that's why this is the reason I chose this topic. So now let's go forward. So now let's talk about about the overview. I'm gonna walk you through the overview of this case study. So one sec. So now I'm gonna talk about an overview about this case study. So basically, we are like we have one company called Rose Service, if you can see here. Basically, Raw Service is hosting one malware on their existing servers. So what that malware is doing basically is it is causing the issues to their users, that the service that they are using. So it is really impacting to their users. And second thing is that all the government and all the high authority are asking the company to roll back this malware and to remove this malware, so that it won't cause anything to their users, or in terms of their data also. And the question is here, that if we remove this malware, like our cybersecurity team is working on it to remove it by the software called worm. So if the cyber security guy removes this malware, so will removing the malware issue the current organization that are attached to this raw services, like if we like if the cybersecurity guy removes the this malware description from their raw service servers, so uh, it might cause to the current organization, or it might harm directly to the current organization that are basically attached to raw services. It will cause to the basically that to the organization, and to the businesses that are not doing anything wrong with that, but they are simply using the service. So it might cause some issue to that businesses also. So here the big question is it okay to harm a few innocent people if it means protecting a lot more people from the malware? So that's what we are gonna look about it now. So now I'm gonna talk about some ethical principle that I have mentioned. So basically, I have mentioned three ethical principle on which we can come uh, into the conclusion that should we remove the this malware description that we are going through, or should we remove the server itself of that raw services company, and what are the point of view in terms of society, and should we avoid it? So these are something that we are gonna discuss about in this ethical principle. So basically, I have mentioned three principle. So let me tell you that these principle might differ from each other. Let's say like if like the first principle says something in terms of like in the favor of the malware, and second principle might say that it is not the malware is not good, it doesn't say in the favor of that malware. So it might differ. So let's see, like we will be going through that. So now if I talk about the first principle, so I would say that we should be removing the malware description if we talk about like in terms of society. So basically, if we remove the if we remove the malware from the server, or if we deploy that worm software in order to remove that malware, so it will basically contribute to the society, to the user, to the user of the raw services, basically whosoever is using the services of raw service, because malware usually steals the personal detail of the user, or uh, personal data of the internet guy that are using the services. So it might steal the users ATM details, it might steal uh, credit card detail, it can steal the debit card detail also, or it can steal any your any personal detail. So if we remove this malware, so we will be like we'll be very free, that no like nobody is gonna steal our personal data. So data is basically very important in on the internet. If someone like let's say if hackers any hacker steals your data, then he can do anything. He can do anything with your data. We can't even imagine what he can do with that data. And uh, if second thing is that if we keep the malware with us, so it can like the data might get leaked also. It can go to the hackers, and it can go to other country also. So they can use that other country can use it use that data for any purpose. They can use like for advertisement, for their company to grow, or for like against the another country. So that's so this principle one, that is contribute to society and human well-being. It says that we should get rid of this malware so that our user feels safe whenever he or she is using our website. So that's what, like, if not eliminate this threat, the group also intend to support public welfare. However, they need to consider whether their movement fits the bill. So that's what this principle is saying. So now let's talk about second principle, that is avoid harm. So basically, what it is saying is that, so basically now if you see, I talked about it about that initially, that this second principle is kind of differing from the first one that we have just talked about. So this principle is saying that by deploying the warm server service to the ROach services or on their server, could stop the malware. We accept, like, indeed stop the malware, but it could harm our innocent businesses also, that, like, if businesses also, or the organization whosoever is using the raw services. So we should be considered, like, whenever we are working on anything as a company or as an organization, so we should be considering each and everything, that, like, if we do this step, like in this case, if we remove the malware, so what are the thing that we should consider, like, what are the causes that it might cause to our user, it might cause to government, it might cause to the businesses that are with us right now. So, in this principle, it is saying that when we are removing the malware with the help of warm service, warm software, so uh, it can basically harm the innocent businesses. So we should consider that point also. So now I'll talk about principle 2.8, that is access computing and communication resource only when authorized. So that means that we should always follow the legal framework in place. In this case, like, deploying a worm to disrupt raw service operation could violate laws related to unauthorized access also, or to hacking also, even if the like, our intention is not to is to stop malicious activities, but uh, like, uh, using a basically using a worm software could cross legal boundaries also. This principle is saying that uh, you should consider all the components, or all the necessary thing, so that you do not cross your limitation, or you do not cross your basically legal boundaries. You do not go beyond your legal boundaries. So if we take an example in this, so we can say laws like computer fraud and laws like Abuse Act in the US. It basically, what does it does, like, it prohibits unauthorized access to computer system. Like, so that's what this principle says, that you should consider the legal boundaries whenever you are working on anything, any project, or any malware disruption, anything, as an organization or a company. So now I will talk about other ethical principles. So for now, like, I have discussed about the main ethical principle that we should consider while removing malware. So now the other ethical principle is fairness. So in this, what it says that basically it is, as an organization or as a person, it is very unfair to it is very unfair to punish to the innocent user or innocent businesses that are using our services that I have just talked earlier also. Like if our services are going down and if because of malware disruption or because of any issue that is going on within an organization, so it is not fair to punish our innocent businesses, so like if our service goes down, so they lose their interest and they lose their confidence on their on that company. So we should not lose the confidence of any user that we have. So it is basically that's what this says, that it is very unfair to punish any businesses that they have nothing to do with, they did not do anything wrong. So that's what it is saying. Now, if I talk about the second other ethical principles, so it is protection of society. So it is saying that raw service, that company should take the responsibility for whatever is happening on their platform. See, it is very normal for any person or for any company to make a mistake. But after making a mistake, this is the if like you should always be accepting the your mistake. This is the best thing that we can do if we make any mistake, like accepting the mistake can overcome our mistake. So raw surveys should take the responsibility for their malware, that they should publicly say that we have configured the malware and we are going through some issues, so that public will keep on like trusting their services or trusting that company. And the third principle is vigilance versus legal procedures. So basically, it says that the government or authorities have their duty to protect the public from harm. So, and like if stopping the malware protects more people, then we should like the that Rose service company should consider this thing. So they should remove the malware. So that's what it says. So now I'm gonna let's talk about what's my point of view and what I think. Like, do I agree with this action? Like, should we deploy the bomb software in order to remove the malware, or in order to get rid of that malware? So basically, I'm gonna talk about it with the two approach. That first is here in PPT is mentioned is utilitarian approach, and second one is deontological approach. So what I believe, like, this question is kind of like it's a tough question actually. Like, if I talk about in terms of user or in terms of normal people, so uh, uh, I think we should remove this malware with the help of worm software, because it might or it is causing the harm to the normal people, and they have nothing to do with that. So in terms of that normal people, or in terms of the user that they are using their ours like our services. So I would say that we should get rid of this malware. So this is the first approach that I am talking, that is utilitarian approach. Now, if I talk about the deontological approach, this is something different with the uh, as compared to the first approach. It says that if it says that in terms of rules and regulations, or in terms of rules and laws, so basically it's important to avoid breaking them. So if we get rid of the malware function with the help of warm software, so it can damage our legal thing. We might be like we might be using illegal things also. So we should not break the law, even for a good cause also. So there is different approaches for that. So I have mentioned the reference also for this reference ones and reference two I have used for my research. So you can see this. The reference one is utilitarian perspective. So basically, it argues that cybersecurity professionals have a duty to protect the public. So that's what I talked about just now. That we should be uh, taking care of our people or of our user. So even if it means binding some ethics. So second reference is by the Akin and Berling, which was published on to 2020. So it says that ethical decision making must adhere to established rules and legal framework. So we should consider both things. And this question, like, do I agree or not? It depends basically on these two approach. Yeah. So now I will talk about the social perspectives. So in social perspective, there are a lot of perspective that come under. So firstly, I will talk about as a business, like what happens if as a businessman, as a normal businessman or organization, I am using the services of Rose Service Company. So if I am using their services, so let's take the scenario that I am a business, like I am an owner of my business, and something like I am taking in raw services, I am taking the raw uh, services from that company. So if something happens to that company, and if some issues are going on within that organization, so I should not be care about that. I am the person who should always be getting their services. Like let's say I am my site is running on their server, and for some malware thing, or for because of some malware, that server got down, uh, and like for that time being, my website will go offline, and I will, as a businessman, I will have to bear a lot of losses in terms of money and in terms of my user confidence. Because as a businessman, I I am also having a lot of user base. They trust me. So if my site goes down, they will uh, firstly I will lose a lot of money, and second they will never trust on me again. So the point is that as a businessman who is using the service of Roach service, they should not be they should not get punished because they have nothing to do with it. They did nothing wrong with that. So I would think like in that case, I would think the government should find another way to stop the malware without hurting my business. So for this business perspective, I have used the mentioned below reference, that is by the Ruffin J, that was published on in 2016. So it says the like it a study of the impact on victims' lives, International Journal of Cyber Criminology. So this article basically discuss about the emotional and economic impact on individual who are victim of the cyber crime, but they have nothing to do with that. They did nothing wrong with services. So that's what I basically believe as a businessman. So I have talked about the perspective of businessmen, but now I should also be talking about the point of view of raw service as well, because it is also important, like what is going with that company that is raw service, and what problem they are going through. So if I am a raw service, so I would say that, like, I might argue that basically whatever issue is going on in as a like malware issue is going on, so it's not my job to care about what people are doing on my website. Basically I am providing all the people and all the user to the like the service I am providing. So basically, I would be more concerned about keeping my business running and keeping my customer happy. So because I am providing all of my user to the same platform, they which they can use, and I am providing the merge platform for all the users. So I would always be concerned about my that my business will keep on running, and what my like and always keep my customer happy, like which so that's what I will always care about. So that's like I might also resist shutting down the malware if it affects my profit, you know. So, because in business, profit is something that is very important, and that is the main thing I would say. If you want to run your business for forever, so profit is something that you should be considering each and every time. So, yeah. So now I will discuss about social perspective. So from social perspective, or from social point of view, I would really suggest to deploy that the worm software in order to get rid of that malware. Because when we like if we mm, deploy that worm server, so it will directly, like, it will never harm to our normal user, or to our big businesses, or to our regular people, because right now our malware is affecting a lot to the users that are uh, using the services of the company. So what I believe that if we deploy that worm software, so it would protect society as a whole. So it might feel that it's worth harming a few business, like according to me, actually, like, because when we deploy the worm service, and it might harm to few businesses that are connected with that organization. But I think it is worth it to harm to that business, as compared to the normal people, or to the regular people who are using our services, because of them we are getting our revenue, and because of them we are running our businesses. So it is worth it to save millions of people from that malware. So, in terms of law perspective, I would say, like, let's take one scenario. Let's assume that like I am a police officer, and if I am if I were a police officer, so I would totally focus on the legal side, and in terms of that malware thing, the law says that we can't hack into other computer or into other people's system without their permission. So like even though I understand the need to stop that malware, that it is causing harm to many people or many organization, but still I would argue that we like I would likely argue that we need to follow the legal procedure and the legal requirement that are running within our country or within our organization, because after all, if we do not follow the legal requirements or legal laws, then uh, like then everyone start to not follow the rule, then it will create a lot of problem. uh, so now let's talk about two technology. So first one is Internet of Thing, that is also called IoT. So now let me tell you about first like what IoT is. So basically the first one in the IoT means basically it refers to the devices like smart home devices and internet devices and fitness tracker and even a refrigerator also. So these all are the technology of IoT itself. So if we talk about the legal issues with the IoT, then there can be many legal issues with the IoT devices, like because IoT always lacks for their clear legal standard for in terms of security and in terms of data protection. So they like whenever when they do not do this thing, so they always leave user vulnerable, and the hacker can easily hack the user data. So that's why this IoT is not as secure, you know. So I've also mentioned here that IoT security, such as the US IoT Cyber Security Improvement Act of 2020, but there is still much ambiguity. So, if I talk about ethical issues, so here the big serious of fact from IoT device, like it increases privateness worries because company may misuse their public information for their for in terms of marketing or for in terms of the surveillance. Like they can basically watch their user that what actually they want, and what kind of mm, daily requirement that they need. So if like they capture their data, and as per their data they show their ad to the users and get the revenue. So that's how they market the target. So it is not like it is always vulnerable. And if I talk about societal issues, so basically the IoT devices have the capacity to enhance our comfort or enhance our power performance in every day, but as also said that it also includes vulnerability also to to get our devices hacked and to get the cyber crime. So it is not safe in terms of society also. So I have mentioned one more issue, that is moral issue. So this is like moral obligation for producer, that they make sure that their devices are being used, layout, and that customer are properly informed approximately the capability that might like they might get danger of the uses of IoT era. So these are some technology, like these are some issues related or with like embedded with IoT devices. So for IoT, I think I have referred these two reference that I have mentioned on my PPT on my work for also. So the first reference is Weber. RH and Sturt E, which was published on 2000, which was published in 2016. So it was like cyber security, which is on the Internet of Thing. Like they have this like this author has discussed about legal aspect and like computer law and security reviews. So in this reference, what I got to know and what I have mentioned is like they discuss the legal and the regulatory framework which are needed to govern the Internet of Thing, and it all like he also looks at the challenges of securing network across connecting device. So this reference is all about the laws and regulatory requirements that are needed when you are dealing with IoT and with IoT devices, and he's also considering about the challenges the when he secures a network across connected devices. And the second reference is Green Card S, which was published on 2015. So it was the Internet of Thing MIT Press. So in this is basically a book which provides a very comprehensive information on the ethical, social, and legal issues related to IoT technology. So this book has discussed everything like what are the ethical and what are the legal issues that are embedded uh, in IoT technology. What are the things that we should be considering in IoT technologies, and what are the hurdles that we have with the with IoT technologies. So these are like in according to me, these are the best reference that I have gone through till now. So I have a second technology also, that is encryption. So basically, if I talk about this technology, which is encryption, so what it does, it basically encrypts our data. It protect our data by turning it into the code. Basically, first it encrypt, then when the message is successfully forwarded to the person that we want to, then it decrypt that message, and then person that is the only person that is able to see that message. So basically uh, essential for the thing like online shopping and private messages. So if I talk about in terms of legal issue, however, as encryption is great for privacy, but sometimes it also creates some problem for laws and for law enforcement, because government sometimes wants to access the encrypted data to catch the criminals, but what tech companies does, like they never they never easily give that data, that encrypted data, to the government, because they say that it weakens everyone's security. So this is the debate that's been going on for a years, and uh, like this is something that is important also, but uh, so these are some reference that I have used for that. So first reference is from Adson H. Ledin, K. and Louis H., which was published on in 2008. So that says that those two bits, your life, liberty, and happiness after the digital explosion. So basically, what I got to know about from this reference, and what does this reference say, is that this book basically explores the impact of encryption technology and the privacy, security, and all the social ethics that are involved in this. While we are using encryption technology, and it also includes specifically or like involve the balance between security and freedom. So that is the reason that I used this reference for encryption technology. And the second reference is by Daffy W and Learned, 2000, which was in 2007. So, what it says, it was on privacy on the line. So, the politics of tapping and encryption. So basically, what this reference is, and what I learned from this reference, is that this work examines the ethical and legal issue surrounding encryption technology. So basically whatever the legal issues are, and whatever the ethical thing which we should be considering about encryption technology, and when we are using an encryption technology. So, what are the legal issues that we face? So it is all about that thing, and it also mentioned the tension between authority, oversight, and individual privacy. So, in terms of authority also, and in terms of individual also, it has given me the answer of both of them when we are using encryption. So that's why these are some references that I have used for my case, for this case study, and these are all that I wanted to say. So thank you so much for being a part of my case too. Thank you. Bye.